Hello children. So in the last video you have studied about refraction of light when it passes from one medium to another medium. So now in this video we will study about refraction of light by spherical mirrors. So for example, so what do you mean by the spherical mirrors? So where you have seen this kind of mirrors in your daily life? So I will give you some example. Have you seen watchmakers or any watch repairers? So if you look at them, they will use a compact lens in their eye. Have you touched that lens? Maybe sometime you may have touched. Otherwise, if you take a magnifying lens, sometime you will get it in the shops also. Just take the lens, that is called magnifying lens, and touch the surface of the lens. So what do you feel? So you can feel that the center of the lens is somewhat bulged and the edges of the lenses are somewhat thin compared to the center, right? So these kind of transparent mediums we call it as lenses. And then we are wearing spectacle. This spectacle also contains lens. These two glasses what you are seeing, so these two glasses are also example for lenses. Then what do you mean by lens? And then how does the light shows its refraction property when it passes through these kind of lenses? So let us study in this video. So what do you mean by lens? So we will move on to the definition first. So lens is a transparent medium. I think you know the meaning of transparent medium. What do you mean by transparent? So any objects which allow the light to pass through it completely, that is called as transparent. So here these lenses, they are also transparent medium which are bound by two surface. So for example, I will take it the spectacle. So if you look here, so this lens, it is bounded by two surface. One is this side and another one is this side. Clear? So I will repeat again. So lenses are the transparent medium which are bounded by two surfaces and out of which at least one surface should be curved. I will repeat again. Lenses are the transparent medium in which at least one surface is curved. Clear? So these are called as lenses. So then how many types of lens we have? So especially in this topic we will study only two lenses, that is convex lens and concave lens. And what are the properties of these two lenses? So let us study now. So for example, if you take a lens, sometime I said the lenses, they may have two surface and out of which at least one surface should be curved, right? So it looks like this. I will draw it on the screen. See, if you consider this as a lens, a transparent glass, see, one surface of this glass is plain, but whereas the another surface is curved, right? So these kind of glasses or transparent mediums are called as lenses. So we define same only. So lenses are the transparent medium which are bounded by two surfaces and out of which at least one surface should be curved. And is there any other types? Yes, we have one more type. See, that looks like this. If you look at into these kind of lenses, see, the two surfaces are bulged, right? See, one is this surface and here. So these kind of lenses we call it as convex lenses. We call it as convex lenses. And also we have one more that looks like this. So these lenses are called concave lenses. So now our topic is only about convex lens and then concave lens. So here, what are the properties of these two lenses? So let us study one by one. So now I will consider the first lens, that is convex lens. So if I take a convex lens and if I draw a diagram for that, see, if it is a convex lens and then when the light ray it falls on the convex lens like this, we know that when the light ray which is moving straight line, which is moving in straight line, if it strikes the refractive surface, what it shows? It shows refraction. So what do you mean by refraction? So refraction meaning bending of the light ray when it passes from one medium to another medium. So this is air medium, this is glass medium, so it shows refraction, and after refraction all the rays converges to a point on this line. So here, so for this reason, we call this convex lens as converging lens. So we are calling it as converging lens. So they may ask in the exam, what is another name of convex lens? So it is called converging lens. Why? Because whenever the light ray falls on the convex lens, all the light rays gets converged to a point. Clear? And then if you touch the surface, you can see here clearly the center of the lens is bulged and the edges of these lenses, they have tapering ends. That means they are thin. At the center they are thick and at the ends they are thin. So these are the properties of convex lens. And then if you consider a concave lens like this, so when the light rays falls on these concave lenses like this, again they shows which property? Same property, that is they shows bending of the light ray, that means refraction. But here the light rays will not converge, the light rays will show divergence like this. When the strikes on the surface, they shows divergence. So for that reason, these concave lenses are called as diverging lens. What they are called? They are called diverging lens. Now if we touch the surface of the concave lens, what we can feel? See, at the center it is thin and at the edges they are thick. That is opposite to the property of convex lens. See, convex lenses are thick at the center, thin at the edge, and they are converging lens, whereas concave lenses are thin at the center and thick at the edges, and they are called as diverging lenses. Okay, I think now you can remember the properties of these two lenses. Now we will move to the another important properties of these lenses which we had to understand in this chapter, that is the terminologies which are related with the lenses, as we have studied in the spherical mirrors. So if you take any lens, either a convex lens or a concave lens, so I will take both. So for example, if you take a convex lens, for example, see, it has how many bulged surface? Two bulged surface on either side. Then we can say that the lenses, a convex lens, it is the part of a spherical lens. I will repeat again, it is the part of a spherical lens. I think you can remember the idea of spherical mirror. So what do you mean by spherical mirror? Spherical mirrors are the part of a sphere. They are the part of a sphere. Like that, these lenses are also part of the sphere. Clear? How? Where it is? So we can easily identify that. See, this is a bulge surface. So if I extend this area, I will get a sphere here, one sphere, and then I will get one more sphere on this side. So for this reason, we can say that A convex lens or a concave lens, they are the part of sphere. But how many sphere? Two spheres, as you can see here. This is sphere 1, this is sphere 2. So this forms the part of the spheres. So by taking the two sphere part, we have a lens. Now we know that these two spheres, they have a center, right? For this sphere it has center here, and for this sphere it has center here. So we can mention this as center of curvature 1 and center of curvature 2. Now what do you mean by center of curvature of a lens? So center of curvature of a lens is the center of a sphere. Clear? So since it has two spheres, we are mentioned center of curvature 1 and center of curvature 2. For which lens? Convex lens. Now if you write it for a concave lens, so let me take a concave lens here. If it is a concave lens, where are the two spheres? Can you see any two spheres here? Yes or no? Yes, I can see that. Where? Here. If I extend this part, it forms a sphere, and if I extend this one, it forms one more sphere like this. So this is sphere 1, this is sphere 2, and then these two spheres are also have center of curvature, that is C1, and this is C2. So both the lenses have how many center of curvature? That is, they have two center of curvature, right? And then these lenses, they have a center point on their lenses. So these points of center of the lenses are called as point of origin. They are called point of origin, or these are called as optical centers. What we call? They are called as optical center. So for center of curvature, we mention it as C, and for optical center, where is optical center? Here. It is the center on the refracting medium. So this is the refractive medium. So on the refractive medium, at the center they have optical center, and these optical centers are represented by the letter O. Clear? Okay, now we have studied about center of curvature, and then what we have studied, this is first point. Second point, we have studied about optical center. Okay, now we will move to the next term, that is the diameter of the refractive medium. The diameter of the refractive medium, or the diameter of the refractive surface. So this one, from here to here, this is called aperture. Clear? From here to here, this is called aperture. So already you all heard about these terms while we are studying about spherical mirrors, right? So what do you mean by aperture? So apertures are the diameter of the refracting surface. Okay, so now we have studied about these terms. Now how does they function? And we have connected one activity in the spherical mirrors, that is how we can find the focal length of a given spherical mirror. So now let us conduct the same activity here. Just you take a convex lens or a magnifying glass. So let me take a magnifying glass like this, and you know what we have to do? So just focus the light rays of the sun onto a sheet of paper. I think you can remember this activity which you have did in your childhood. Sometimes you may have done this one. If it is a magnifying glass, that is a convex lens, so the light rays, they falls on the lens, and whenever these light rays falls on the lens, which property they will show? They will show converging property, and all the light rays, they gets converged to a point. That means we have to focus the light ray in such a way that we should get a sharp point on the screen. So in your childhood you may have spotted the sunlight sharp point on your skin. So what it causes? It causes burning. I think you can remember that one. So it causes burning. So initially we can observe the smoke on the paper. So later the paper, it may catch fire. Why? Because all the light rays which are coming from the sun directly, that is in parallel line, all the light rays, they gets converged to a point. So this point is the image of the sun. I will repeat again, this point is the image of the sun where the light rays are concentrated at a point. So for that reason heat is produced, and due to this heat the paper, it catches fire. So I think you can remember this activity. In the spherical mirror activities, we, instead of using this lens, we used concave mirror. So now here we are using convex lens, that's all, but the activity remains same, right? And then the distance present between the refractive surface to the image, so we call this distance as what? Can you remember that word? That is called focal length. We call it as focal length, correct? So by conducting these kind of activities, we can calculate the approximate value of focal length, approximate value of focal length for a given lens, either it may be any lens. And then in this topic we are discussing about the lenses whose aperture is less than their center of curvature. Clear? Keep it in mind, we are discussing about the lenses whose aperture is less than their center of curvature. Okay, so up to here we have studied how many terms? We have studied focal length, center of curvature, optical center, and this focal length. Clear? Now we will move on to the another terms with the help of diagram. So if I take a convex lens, like this, so how many center of curvature it has? So it has two center of curvature, because one circular outline here and one more circular outline this side. So it has two center of curvature. This is center of curvature 1, this is center of curvature 2, and an imaginary line which passes through center of curvature 1 to center of curvature 2. It is called as, I think you can remember the word, that is called principal axis. So the line, the imaginary line which passes between the two center of curvatures is called as principal axis. Okay, this is the principal axis. And then this is the aperture. So you can indicate the aperture as m, n, as we have studied in the spherical mirrors. Now consider if the light ray falls on this lens. Okay, now what we can observe? We can observe refraction. So after refraction, the light rays, they gets converged to a point, correct? Yes, they gets converged to a point. So what we call for this point of convergence? So that is called as focus. What do we call this? That is called as focus. Clear? And the distance present between this focus, that is F and O, is called as focal length. But unlike that spherical mirrors, it has one more interesting property, you know. Now we will pass the light ray from center of curvature 2, from this side. Now it is moving from left to right. Now we will change the direction of the light rays, that is from this direction. You know what we can see? We can see that like this. If the light ray passes from this direction, all the light rays, they gets converged here. Again, here also we will get the same focus. See, focus is present on RHS also, LHS also. So for that reason, you know, every lenses they have how many focus? They have two focus, one focus here and one focus this side. One is towards the LHS and another towards the RHS. So we indicate it as f1 and f2. Clear? So every spherical lenses they have how many focus? Two focus on either side, one each on either side. Now if we take a concave lens, now I will take the concave lens. This is the concave lens. Now all the terms are same, they remain same. So light ray pass, this is the principal axis, this is the optical center, and the light ray, it falls on the lens. Which property they will show? It shows that the light ray diverges. The light ray diverges, and it shows that the light rays, they are emerging from a point like this. It shows that the light rays emerging from a point. That means they also have focus, center of curvature, C1, C2, and here this has f1 and somewhere here it has f2. That means concave lenses, they also have focus 2, that means f1 and f2, and the distance between this optical center and the focus is called as focal length. So these are the terms which we have studied in this chapter. And then what are the properties of these things? That means the lenses, one is converging lens, one is diverging lens, and along with that we have studied about the properties of these lenses and the terminologies which are related to this topic. I think you all have understood these terms. So did we left out anything? I think no. So let me continue this in the next video.